Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, more Better Call Saul Season 4, Episode 6. Episode 6, Piñata. Thoughts on the last episode? They're probably on the back half of that one. I have not edited that as of watching this. I am watching this episode to come out the day after that the previous one comes out to kind of make up for not having any Better Call Saul last week. So I'm just putting two together right here. But I do remember from the last episode, Kim was doing public defender work. Jimmy was selling phones to bikers and gangs and trying to make that honest money out there for a year. And Mike was trying out architects, bringing over construction people in secret to the laundry to check it out. Yeah, I think that's all I can recall from the last episode. I don't want to linger too long. I have to watch this, and I want to break into a few movies today, so those take up a lot of time, so we can't waste any more right here. So let's get into it. Better Call Saul, Season 4, Episode 6, Piñata. Here we go. Yeah, I was gonna say this feels like an instant callback to Mailroom Jimmy.
The pool's up to 200.
I've made my choices.
This is...
Many have tried to argue with Kim Wexler. All have failed.
I'm just clapping because they are. It's Chuck.
What?
I don't know.
Isaac, the case.
Oh.
Isaacson versus Vicarian Holdings, Inc. We've been assembling binders for months.
I've been kind of slammed with the Oscar pool.
Too busy running some pool with Kim, some competition to realize even what's going on at the firm.
Right? But Chuck does some digging, and it turns out they formed a new corporation that's virtually identical to the old corp Isaacson invested in. It's the same officers, same structure, everything.
They just take the money, dissolve the other one, boot up another one.
Chuck won a case that Howard thought was unwinnable using only the power of obscure case law.
Yeah, we looked into that. What was the case law?
It's easier to make him look young in black and white scenes. It's a lot harder in the color shots.
Isaacson is our client.
Oh, really? Okay, well, the other guy's butts then.
Yep, served on platters. That's right. Thanks, Jimmy.
Hail the conquering hero.
Da, 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 da.
Hail the conquering hero!
They got a lot of makeup on Chuck, but you're not fooling me. Even with the soft focus and the
It'll
low
be you
light.
soon.
Yep.
Interesting. We get to see them back in the early days of the mailroom and how Jimmy was even then.
Ben, what do you got for me?
Goes back to talking to people, and Kim warned him. So this is kind of dooming for them in the season, isn't it? Like, it's establishing a pattern of not ultimately listening to her. So is that what got him in the door, per se? Like studying law or maybe wanting to be a lawyer? Is that your public defender cases?
Specifically, its function
Oh no.
extends beyond...
She's doing that thing where the big project she has to work on is right here, but she can push that aside and work on this other thing. Like when somebody should be editing and they decide to record instead. Devlin. Did that say Devlin? Wasn't that one of the guys in Breaking Bad at the end season? Heisenberg. It was just like, say my name.
Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
The meme! It finally happened! What was you working on?
Does that mean you were able to schedule an appointment with a therapist?
She brought it back up, and he didn't do it.
I decided not to go.
Oh,
That's direct without being rude.
okay. I thought you already decided to go.
I know, I did. But then
I got the job, and I'm so distracted. And,
I realized it's just not for me.
Why not?
You know, and now I got this job, and I'm kind of on a path.
Yeah, of course, Jimmy.
why do I look so pale?
You know,
I just got sunburned the other day.
You have to do what's best for you.
You have to do what's best for you. That's an inconvenient truth there, Jimmy. Schweikart and Coakley, why are we here? When we saw him at the funeral, I didn't think we'd see him again, to be honest.
I have a question for you. How's your banking division?
Well, we have some banking work, but I wouldn't say we have a division.
Would you like one?
And Schweikart and Coakley were the people that represented the old folks' place that was ripping off people. I forget their damn name.
Well, it's a good long way from the rest of your operation. You build out a stock bar, beer on tap. I mean, they're Germans, so we can't just keep them alive. We got to keep them from climbing the walls.
You gotta keep people happy.
I'd like a full camera perimeter inside. And we'll keep
I
it low
do those.
profile and
Warehouse cabling way the fuck up here. Way up here.
I must leave. Tell Tyrus what you need. It will be done.
The Tyrus has the Gustavo Fring credit card.
you got a pen?
I'll remember.
Yeah? Treadmills.
Yeah. Who makes those huge signs that the casinos have?
Uh-oh, we're getting in the poster board tier. Well, no, he did a road sign poster or a ad earlier in the show.
My name is Brett Dunst. I think you did my aunt's will. At least that's what it says here.
Who was your aunt?
Geraldine Strauss.
Oh, Mrs. Strauss passed away.
That was our actress lady, wasn't it?
Did Clarence get the Alpine Shepherd boy? Is there a memorial?
Sorry, it was last week. Are you on an hourly rate, or would this be like a flat fee kind of thing?
I'm not actually a practicing lawyer at the moment, legally.
Wexler-McGill has an excellent estate law department, and they'll help you sort things out.
Yeah, he seems more torn up about her dying than Chuck. Sandpiper, that was the name of the place. I just saw it on the tape.
My husband and I scrimped and saved for so many years. Where did it all go?
He didn't need to put in the tape. Was that for the audience or what?
Guess where
I'm
I
curious about that.
Somewhere good?
Somewhere very good.
Is Kim working somebody somewhere else? She usually calls him when she's like at a bar, at a restaurant, got a live one. Valet that piece of shit car. Are you kidding me?
I met with Rich Schweikart today, and he offered me a job. They want me to run their banking division.
They want me to run their banking division, but she went there and said, do you have a banking division?
PD Overflow, when did you... Why?
I like it. I'm good at it. I'm helping people.
Kim is an actual angel in this world.
I have been thinking about criminal law myself lately. You know, from when I get my license back.
She's gonna go Schweikart Coakley, and he's got this vision for them that goes somewhere else.
I have all those associates to help cover Mesa Verde. It'll keep paying the bills and free me up to do the work I really care about.
So you kind of get to have your cake and eat it too.
If anyone who can do that without screwing over other people, I say go for it. Hey, what's going on with him?
I say do it. It's a great opportunity, and you should jump on it.
You mean that?
She expected pushback or a fight or like, what about us? Or
I can't ask you to wait around for me.
y'all are not
10
married.
months.
You can do your own
10
thing.
months, what can happen? To Schweikart and Coakley and Wexler.
We've never seen Mike sunburn, have we? As much as his bald head is out in the Arizona sun or the New Mexico sun.
I only have a few minutes. I have to pick Kaylee up.
Okay.
Why are things weird? Just because he blew up that meeting?
The guy's a charlatan. But there's a time and there's a place. And that wasn't it.
I'm just saying what you want to hear.
Anita's not happy. You might want to call her.
Probably better if I don't.
His ears are like bat wings. He's such a crazy looking guy.
No one expects you to wear a hair shirt for the rest of your life.
Same goes for you.
You and Kaylee okay?
We're good.
He was only in one episode of The Expanse, but
Good.
quite a broken soul in that.
We make it all this way, so far out into the darkness.
Was thinking maybe I could pick Kaylee up from school tomorrow.
It'd be a big help, Pop.
Yeah, I see a lot of empty cubicles out there. What's going on? Get your shit together, Howard.
Excuse me?
Oh, please. You suffer one little setback and you're going to let your entire legacy go?
I was wondering how this was going to play out.
You're a shitty lawyer, Howard. But you're a great salesman. So get out there and sell.
Fuck you, Jimmy.
There you go.
That's it.
Use that.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's one of my favorite scenes from the third Terminator.
I'm no leader. I never was. I'm never gonna. Fuck you. You fucking machine.
Better.
The anger does more to motivate you than despair. I kind of don't really believe that those things are off all the networks and all they're their own thing. Like, I'm pretty sure the government's not going to be like, oh, we don't have anything to do with these phones, you know.
You got a spot yet? Piñatas. Are you kidding?
Episode drop.
No, that could work, yeah.
Uh-oh, I hear machinery. Yeah, Hector. I was like, why are we seeing the Muertos imagery and the, figurines?
The doctor tells me your fever has gotten worse. And yet, I wait.
It was probably a coati.
These furry creatures mainly inhabit parts of South and Central America, but can also be found in Arizona and New Mexico.
It fought me, but I was stronger. The merciful thing would have been to kill it.
Here we're getting to the meat and potatoes of this whole fucking story. I've had to just sit here and take in.
I kept it. It lived for quite some time. You will wake, Hector.
Hector is to him what that animal was to him. Like, he doesn't want it dead, he wants it alive. We're gonna get a flicker. Yeah, you're in focus hand, you're not gonna fool me. Was there no flicker? Instant replay, please. Can we get a look?
Ist das eine Bar?
Ja, sieht so aus. View from
Effenweiser? So they're keeping him here secretly, transporting them to the laundry, I guess in secret, and then to bring him back. They'd never see the outside.
All right, gentlemen. We have a few things to go over here. Over here, Kai.
Es reicht.
But to make an example of somebody here.
I leave it to you to figure out the roommate situation. I assume you're all friends, and I don't really want to hear about it if you aren't. You write down whatever you need, and we'll get it. Work starts tomorrow night.
They immediately start playing Destiny 2 or World of Warcraft together on their off time. And they take that drama to work with them.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
I bet some of these guys working for Mike are part of his crew later on.
You keep an eye on this one.
Were those the kids that jumped him at the end of the last episode, towards the end?
I come in peace. I'm just
Back,
here to make a
back,
deal.
back.
I need to be able to sell my phones without worrying about getting ripped off.
Are you bringing them on board?
Give me all you got, now.
I'm trying to make money for all of us here. Just work with me.
The tracksuit, was this planned? Does he have, like, somebody waiting for him?
You should have taken the deal.
You're like the stupidest person I've ever met.
What are we doing to these three? Breaking Bad always did these types of camera shots. I love it. Piñata. He talked to somebody about that earlier.
Didn't know I had friends, did you?
After this, you'll never have to see us again.
And you will spread the word that I'm off limits?
I wonder who's helping, if it's like Huel and then the lock-picking guy, or... That was the big dude that had a job offer with Mike, but then he bailed on it, right?
You get one warning.
They shit themselves all down their backs. Great shot. Oh, no, that's the episode. That damn it. I wanted more. I did. Okay, let's get to the outro. Piñata, Kim mulls a change to her work arrangement, complicating Jimmy's plans for Wexler-McGill. Mike and Gus prepare for the arrival of German laborers. Okay. Kim mulls a change to her work arrangement is a very quick way of saying is juggling public defender cases while trying to maintain Mesa Verde, while trying to work with Coakley and Schweikart, and Jimmy's out here hustling phones, and what an ending. Editing me will, when I go through and rewatch the episode for the edit, when I get to the Piñata part on the phone, it'll make more sense. But I like with the Germans that they established them as arriving. They have all these things they're going to need, and that one guy is problematic. His name is Kai, and he's pointed him out to his boys on observation. And I don't know if I left it in, but I was wondering if some of the guys in the control room were part of his crew that we saw in Breaking Bad, or part of his, 12 people, 13 people, or whatever. The two scenes, though, that were most interesting to me was the flashback at the beginning with how Chuck was kind of whatever with Jimmy, but how Jimmy had no idea what was going on in the office, and Kim was cueing him in and suggested talking less to people, and then Jimmy he goes off and, does not heed her advice. There's kind of a running thing between them, and I wonder if that's kind of showing us that to establish a pattern of behavior, as to not expect him to deviate from that for the rest of the season, because they've had a bit of a rift growing between them after Chuck's death, and now with Kim taking the extra work. Wexler-McGill being in office somewhere taking on the world criminal law might not pan out, and we know ultimately it doesn't. And the other scene that editing me is gonna have a field day with is two scenes, but I enjoyed the Howard Hamlin and Jimmy conversation where he's trying to get him to act and trying to get him to get mad and fucking step up and get the job done. That was wild. Like, I wasn't sure where Jimmy was coming from, and then it just turned into an attack. But it got a fuck you out of Howard to Jimmy, and that, And the Hector Salamanca Gus scene was just one long ass story, and I'm not going to be able to keep much of it in there, but the thing about he captured the animal that was fucking with his fruit tree, but he didn't kill it. He kept it alive. So that's kind of what he's doing with Nacho. That's kind of what we know happens with Hector, because he could kill him right there, but he doesn't. He wants Hector to look at him. Look at me, Hector. I enjoy, there was enough in Breaking Bad to justify Gus's hatred for Hector, but they're just really laying into it thick in Better Call Saul. And I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm just saying Breaking Bad did a good enough job of selling the backstory of why there's this animosity between them. They're having fun with that in Better Call Saul, and letting him gloat over his body and talk to him, and things could have turned out entirely differently had Gus made his move when he did, or when he could, but he didn't. So okay, so this is gonna do it for me for now. This was episode 6. I also have 5 to edit, so both of these to edit. I don't want to push ahead too far, but this was a lot of fun. We're on the back half now of season 4, and wow, only 6 seasons in the show, right? We're getting there. Anyway, that's it for me for now. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to the next one and hope to see you then. Thanks again, and goodbye.